Hi there. Good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon, or good morning even, or good evening, because we've got people connecting from all over the world, which is lovely. You're all very welcome. Welcome to Virtual Days. It's our kind of a virtual fair this week because of the circumstances. We're not in Italy, of course. Nobody's in Italy other than the Italians. And so we are at VIVES. We're still going full steam ahead. We're launching 3 brand new collections this week. On Tuesday, my colleague Ramon, he presented the new Marvelous collection. And yesterday, the area manager for the USA, Juan, he presented the Extraordinary Woods. And they are fantastic ranges. I think you can see these on Instagram, so you can look at those after this one's finished, if you haven't already seen them. Today, it's my pleasure. I should first introduce myself. My name is Andrew Chappell. I'm the sales representative for the UK and for Ireland, and I'm going to be presenting the Pop Tile collection. It's a brand new collection. It was actually, part of it was presented in Thevis summer, just before the lockdown and the pandemic took hold. But since then, we've added to it, and we've added some new sizes and some new designs. It's a decorative tile. VIVES has become very famous now, well known for the decorative floor tiles. Ema, the head designer, and her team, they've done a fantastic job over the last decade or so, and I think we are at the forefront of designs for floor tiles, especially in the 20 by 20s and the smaller formats, and the pop tile belongs to that. We're here in the brand new showroom. This was inaugurated just before, well, during Thevis summer, so a lot of you won't have seen this. Tomorrow we are going to be actually presenting it properly, but I'll give you a little sneak preview of it as well. I thought I'd start off the presentation here because this is like the epicenter of the decorative floor tiles. What we've got here is, this is the Gorocca collection, 20 by 20s. This is not a new collection. This must be about 4 or 5 years old. And as you can see in this setting, this is like a French patisserie, if you like. What they've tried to do in the showroom is not just show bathrooms and kitchens. They've tried to do some settings for the commercial market as well. So you've got like a French patisserie here, or here we've got like a French, well, not necessarily French, clothes boutique. And here we are showing the Farnese, the Amalfi Rossa, which is a terrazzo replicate. And on the back wall there, we've got the Benacco and the Vaudeville Rossa, or the Vaudeville Pink. I suppose it's important. These are all floor tiles, of course, but of course with floor tiles, you can put them on the walls, you can use them wherever you like. Okay, so if we just keep going, as I say, around this area, it's all the decorative items. And so we'll just go up here. And we've got the Svenska collection. This is a Tre Rosa, again 20 by 20, very, very popular in my market. And as far as I know, it's a good seller throughout the world. And here we've got the Nassau 20 by 20, the Kokomo Oro. So this is with the special gold glaze, okay? And then through here, we've got another setting here. We've got from the Vaudeville collection, the Variata Sombra, and this is actually an octagon. So it's an octagon-shaped tile, and you've got the different dots, and we've got the different dots in all different colours. And then we've got the Pei Sombra there. And here on the floor here, this is quite an interesting one actually, because this is part of the 1900 collection. This is not new. This must be 11 or 12 years old. This was launched actually when I started off with VIVES. And for my market, as I say, the UK and Ireland, this particular tile wasn't very popular then when it was launched. But over the last year or so, we've suddenly seen an uptick of this and a lot of demand for it. And it's simply because of the colours. Colours come in and they go out of fashion. And so this blue at the moment seems to be very in vogue in my markets. Each market is quite different. If we just go around here, here from this wall, it just gives you an idea of the expanse of all the decorative tiles, the 20 by 20s, the 15 by 15s, and the 30 by 30s that VIVES now have in their catalogue. It is huge. It's, as far as I know, it's one of the biggest factory offerings in these decorative ones. Okay. And then if we go around here, up here, we've got some of the 30 by 30s as well. Okay. So a very, very big offering. And then if we just go around here, as I say, this is a brand new showroom, and here we've got every single tile. We can show every single tile. So hopefully when we're back to normality a little bit, we'll be able to invite you over. But in the meantime, we've got these virtual days. What we are seeing, though, is architects are coming to us and they're saying, we want to see samples of this, or we want to do this. And what we've been doing is we've been doing some mood boards, actually. So for specific projects, some architects and designers have been saying, I'd like to see this tile together with this tile. And so we have been doing these mood boards for specific projects, which is so even though sadly we're not getting many visitors at the moment here, the showroom is proving a great asset. Okay, so if we just go down here, there are all different settings, but you'll be able to see this better tomorrow. But what I'm going to go to the VIP area. The VIP area is basically where all the new materials are shown. We sort of keep them under wraps until today, until we're presenting them. This is like a conference room where we can do presentations or do training. And we are going to encourage customers to use these. You can bring over your own staff and you can give your own trainings and we can do trainings. We've got a board meeting. Obviously, it's a great way to showcase our materials. There on the table, this big long table, we've got the 6120 Seine tile there. Okay. So if you'd just like to follow me down here. On this wall, we've got the Chappell degré. And then through here, as I say, we've got this is what we call the VIP area. Normally the door's shut, but today we're opening it, especially for you guys, okay? And we're going to go over here. Yesterday, my colleague Juan was showing you the Extraordinary Woods collection, but today, I'm lucky, I'm fortunate, because I think I've got the most exciting collection. This is the pop collection, okay? So this is brand new in 30 by 30s. The people who came to Thevi Summer in February will have seen that it was launched in the 15 by 15s, and now we've also got it in the 30 by 30s. Now, as you can probably guess, from the Vitra Panton chair and the typewriter and the record player, the inspiration behind this was the 1960s and 1970s. We've seen the design department has seen that lots of these fashions are coming back now, okay? And you might look at this and you might, for the typical retail shop, you might think these designs are too brave for me. But what we have found is that thanks to Pinterest or Instagram, which we're on now, of course, what we're seeing is that architects and designers, they specify some of these more extrovert designs, if you like, braver designs, and they put them into restaurants or shops or bars or hotels. And then more designers see it, and then eventually the general public get used to it, and then they are prepared to put them into their own domestic houses. Now, before, the time lapse before the architect specifying it and the member of the public putting it in their own houses, it used to be about 5 or 6 years. There used to be a big time lapse there. But now, because of Pinterest and Instagram and Facebook and all these web pages, that time lapse has become a matter of months now. So people are becoming a lot braver, a lot faster. And so this pop collection, even though some of the designs are out there, they're cutting edge, you'll see them on the out there in houses and so forth very quickly, I'm sure. Okay. Technically, the most important thing to mention about this range is that this collection, the 15 by 15s and the 30 by 30s, they're all rectified. Now, as far as I know, we are the only Spanish manufacturer who is rectifying small format tiles, 15 by 15s, 20 by 20s, and 30 by 30s. I don't think there's anybody else. Now, The advantage of that, of course, is that we can put the tile up closer together, so we can get rid of the grout joints and so forth. But also because a lot of these tiles, these 20 by 20s and 15 by 15s, what we're doing is we're replicating the encaustic materials or the hydraulic materials or the cement tiles. It's all the same, but each market has a different name for them. So what we tend to be doing is replicating those encaustic materials, which are all handmade. And those materials, they tend to be 20 mil thick, and they're all handmade, and they're straight edge, okay? So the fact that they are rectified, it does replicate them even better. These are all porcelain, so they're a lot more stronger, a lot more resistant. Now, of course, they're non-porous, so you don't need to seal them or anything, okay? So what I'm going to focus on here, first of all, are the base tiles. Now, both the 15 by 15s and the 30 by 30s have got 8 base colours. Now, I'd just like to focus on the base colours. This is the difference between us and a lot of the competitors. There's been a lot of work even put into the simplicity of these base tiles. As you can see, there's a lot of shade variation, which again, it makes it look more like those encaustic materials. So we've got a total of 8 colours, starting off at the very, very top there, which is the ochre. And then we have the amber, the chocolate, the marengo, the humo, the smoke, the ivory, the marfil, the nacre, and finally the blue celeste. Okay, so for both the 15 by 15s and the 30 by 30s, we've got a total of 8 base colours. Okay, and then we have the different designs. I'll let you have a quick look at some of the designs. What I'm going to do afterwards, we're going to pull out some of the handboards, and you can actually see all the designs, because to understand and to how these designs work, you need to see a group of them together. Okay, so we'll have a look at that later in the setting and also on the handboards. Okay. Whilst I am here, though, I will just talk very briefly about the promotional material that we've got to support this collection, the pop tile collection. First of all, I suppose I'd like to highlight the catalogue. As you can see, the catalogue is nicely done. Some people will recognise what this is. They tend to be of my own age group. This is like a vinyl record. It's exactly the same with the cover and everything, like a 12-inch. And then inside it, we've got the catalogue with all the tiles, and then some images as well. Okay, but it's quite novel and a bit different because it is in the shape of a 12-inch. Okay, and then we've got the typical display stand. Where we show 6 tiles of each. You've got one showing the base tiles, and then we've got the decors as well. And on the back of these, you've got an image showing what the tile looks like on an actual setting. Okay, so we've got this. This is called the Pop Collection Display. We've also got the Pop Box. The Pop Box, this is handy, especially for the guys on the road, reps on the road who are visiting architects and visiting designers. Each of these, it's just a simple box, and it shows the tiles, the individual tiles. You've got all the base colours, and then you have got the decorative ones as well. Okay, and so you can simply fasten it up, carry it under your arm, and take it to the architect or the designer, or you can use it in the showroom as well. It takes up very little space. And finally, to show the 30 by 30s, again, if you recognise what this is, then you are definitely in my age category. This is it's like a stand which was holding all the old vinyl records back in the 1970s. And what we've got here, we've got individual pieces showing the 30 by 30s. And again, this is just ideal. It can slip into a setting in your showroom, no problem at all. Okay. So if you've got any interest in any of these, then contact your area manager or your agent, and then he can sort it out for you. Okay. So now what we'll do is we're going to walk around, and we're going to go to a setting with some of the pop collection. And again, on the way, I'll show you a little bit about the showroom. here in the showroom, as I say, it's 3,000 meters in total. It's not a revamp. It's purpose-built. And so we've done it, specifically, and we can show the big formats, or over here, what we have here is what we call the VIVES Basic Home. The VIVES Basic collections, which is the Omicron, the Alpha, the Beta, the Delta, and what we have inside that home, and even clad on the outside of it, are all collections from that basic home. So they're all the more cost-effective collections, if you like. And then if we continue to go up here, and what we're going to do, we're going to walk up the central aisle. And here we've got some of the settings as well. Obviously we've got, this is with the Laverton. This is with it's a lovely barbecue area, if you like. And then here we've got the Kiruna, the 120 Kiruna in a bathroom setting. I think my colleague Ramon was talking about this on Monday. This is the Nassau. This is a very, very good seller for me. With the decoratives as well, what we've got is the 20 by 20 decoratives there on the back wall for the showers. And they coordinate perfectly with the bigger formats, the 120s. Here we've got a kitchen, and we've got, we're showing some of the world parks here. Again, fantastic sellers for me in the UK and Ireland, doing really, really well. They're not new, but they're just continuously fantastic. And talking about these settings, as I say, some of the settings that we've done for the commercial sector as well. So what we have here, we're showing the Seine collection here, and this is like a hotel reception. So we've got the hotel reception here showing the Seine with all the decorative patterns. This is a hexagon. We've also got some 15 by 15s there, again rectified. And then over here, we've got like belonging to the hotel lobby, if you like. So yeah, something interesting. And then here on my right, what we've got here is the pop collection, the first setting with the pop collection. Okay, these are showing all the 15 by 15s. As I say, these were launched in Thevisummer, so these have been now on the market for 6 months. Although I say on the market, it's been a strange market, as we all know, because of the pandemic. But the people who came over in February, they really liked it, and some of them ordered, and they've ordered samples, and since then we've had repeat orders as well. So we've got high hopes for this, and now that it's available in 30 by 30s especially. Okay, so let's just have a look at some of these patterns. What we have here, we've got, this is the first one, this is called Pop Art, okay? This is one where it is a patchwork, so it's all mixed up. It's all random in the box, okay? So that one is called Pop Art. And then here we've got Bethel. This is called Bethel, okay? In, again, 15 by 15s. Let me come out the way and then you'll be able to see them better. So that's the Bethel. And then here we have Fluxus, okay? They're not the easiest of names. These always got strange and unusual names, but they normally have a story behind them as well, okay? And then this one here, this one is called Marquis. And the one next to Marquis, the next one is called Saville. I do apologize. The one you're looking at now is called Saville, and the previous one is called Bonnie. Okay, so what we'll do is, that's the setting of some 15 by 15s. We'll go up here and we'll have a look at some hand panels, because you get a better idea. So we've got different settings. This is the kitchen setting. This is fantastic. I think this kitchen is probably bigger than my whole house. It's lovely with the 8180s on the wall there. That's the one that Ramon was showing yesterday on Tuesday, and you can download that and see it on Instagram or on YouTube. This is the bar for the showroom. So, and this was with the Strand. Again, an eye-opener, on trend. It's something completely different, and sometimes it's fantastic to have something a bit different. The architect or the designer or the member of the public, they might not go for it, but at least it's a talking point. At least it gives you something to talk about and something interesting, not just a typical 30 by 60 grey tile, if you like. Okay, if you want to follow me around here, I suppose what's around the corner here is the few customers that we've managed to have over here. This is the one which left their mouths open, because what we have down here is this corridor which goes all the way down to that huge screen at the bottom there. This is just full of panels. So these are all 4-meter panels. In total, there's nearly 1,500. And every single tile that VIVES produce, every single one that is in the catalogue, is on one of these panels. So hopefully, when this is all over, we'll be able to get you over. If you want to go through every single one, it takes a few hours and you need some stronger arms, I'll warn you, but it's well worth it. But we're going to focus on these first ones here, okay, the pop tile collection, which is what we're talking about today. Okay, so here you have the technical board. As you can see, you've got the 8 base colours in 30 by 30 and 15 by 15s, and then you've got the designs. They're all geometric except for these two, the pop art and the ferrous, which I mentioned before. These are patchworks, so they come random in the box. What I'll do is I'll be able to show you a panel with these, and then you'll appreciate it better. Let me just shut this one. So this is the pop art. Okay. A random mix. Again, it's porcelain, so obviously it can go on the floor, but it can also go on the walls as well. That's no problem at all. You can use it as a feature on the walls. Okay. The next one, we have, this one is called the Bethel. Okay, the Bethel. And this is with the base tile is amber. The base tile is called 60s, so it's 60s amber in this case, okay. A popular design, as I say, this was shown in Heavy Summer, so we've already had some response with regards to this. This is the other patchwork, and this one is called Fuxley. Okay. And moving on to the next panel, this one is called Saville, and this is with the Marengo base tile. As you can see, the idea of the designs is you can decide on the base tile if you wanted to frame it. You can go with the Marfil or the amber in this case, or the Marengo, whichever you prefer. Okay. And going on to the next one, this one in the United Kingdom and Ireland has been the most popular one so far. This is called Cavern, and this is with the Celeste blue to coordinate with it. This has been really, really popular, and we've had lots of repeat orders on this one. So, yeah, again, this blue just seems to be in vogue at the moment. And then we have here the Bonnie R with the Ulmo, with the smoke-coloured base tile. So the Bonnie R, it's like a 3D effect. And here we have the Bethel, okay? The Bethel with the amber base tile. Okay. And now I think we're moving on to the 30 by 30s. So these are the brand new ones. The 30 by 30s, this is called Harris. Harris Celeste, with the blue Celeste tile there to match as well. A very sort of 1970s, 1960s print. Moving on to the next one, this is called Janice. So what we have here, we've got Janice Nakar and Janice Marengo, okay? This is actually interesting because these are two tiles. So if you wanted to recreate this design, you would be actually ordering two tiles. You'd be ordering the Janice Nakar and the Janice Marengo. But I'm saying that because this whole collection is rectified, there are no calibers, or it's monocaliber if you like. So you can mix and match as much as you like. And because of that reason, it's because of that we can use the base tiles with the decors, no problem at all. You don't have to worry about calibers when you're installing them or when you're ordering them either. So you can mix and match to your heart's content. Okay. So that's the Janus. And then here we're on to the Athlon with the chocolate base colour as well. Okay. And then the next one, this one is called Flaps. Flaps with the Ulmo, with the Nakar base colour. So there we've got the design. And if you don't want to follow through with the design too much, you can use the base tiles to break it up, or you can use the base tiles on their own, because as I say, they are beautiful tiles, and they look like that real encaustic, and they feel like it as well. They've got that powdery finish to them, like a real encaustic materials. And then finally, this one is called Leslie. Lots of different coloured triangles. Again, triangles always seem to be in fashion, and the way that you fix these, you can change the design radically by doing them randomly or however you like. Okay. One thing I would like to mention, I'll close this, but one thing I would like to just highlight, because when we are selling decorative tiles, obviously when we have just one tile, if for example, something like this one, it's difficult to sell one tile and to sell the concept of what the whole room will look like. Okay, but this is where I encourage you to use the website. Okay, I'll just quickly show you something. So here we are. If we connect to the VIVES website, the VIVES web page has been updated this week, and it's really nice. It's a bit more modern, and yeah, it's really gone down well. One thing I'd like to highlight is lots of times with the VIVES, because there's that many tiles that sometimes you can't remember the tile that you want to look for. A customer said, I'm looking for something like this, and you think, yeah, VIVES has got one like that, but I can't remember the name of it. Obviously, on the search part, on the search field here, you can put in the name of the tile, and if you put the name of the tile, then it will come up straight away. Or you can, if you can't remember the name of the tile, you can put in just simply pop, and the pop collection all comes up. But sometimes you can't even remember the name of the collection. Something like a hidden gem of this website is you can just put in the size. So if you can remember that the pop collection, the one you're looking for, is 15 by 15, but you can't remember the name of it, you can't remember the name of the collection, you can just put in 15 by 15 in the search engine, and it searches, and it comes up with all the 15 by 15s that VIVES produce, all of them, all the different collections. But as you can see, it's come up with the pop collection there. Or even, this is quite interesting as well. Sometimes you can't remember even the size. You can't remember the collection, you can't remember the name, you can't remember the size. So you can just simply put in the color. So you can put in blue, and then search, and there it comes up with all the different blue tiles, and there we have the blue 60s to less, which is part of this pop collection. So if we click on that, and then we enter the pop collection web page, and as you can see, we've got plenty of different settings. There are some really, really nice settings, and here you can show your customers, you can email these, you can download the PDF, and you can sell the dream to the customer or the architect or the designer, of course. Okay. Another thing I'd like to highlight is, there we've got the base tiles, but as I say, sometimes some of these designs, it's difficult to explain to the customer. Here you've got the tile, and then you've got the technical data sheet, the anti-slip, etc., the packing. But also I'd like to focus on this eye icon, the icon. So if we press on this, it shows you how the tile looks when it's all put together, which is something quite useful as well, especially for these ones where it's not obvious straight away. Okay. And finally, the last thing I'll mention, and this is really, really good, is the collection view. The collection view is at the bottom here. You can search for the collection view. I think it's on the home page as well. Practically every single VIVES collection now is on the collection view. So we can go down and we can look for pop. So if we go down here and we go to pop, you can see that there's setting with the pop collection. And what you can do on the right here, we've got the different ones, and you can simply change the tile according to the one that you're interested in, okay? So it's a really, really useful tool, okay? So yeah, that's the pop collection. I hope that's been useful for you. I'm just going to see if we've got any questions for... Okay, that's a really good question. Somebody's asked, is this suitable for outside areas? That's a really, really good question, actually, because it's something that probably I didn't touch on before. The whole collection, all the 15 by 15s and all the 30 by 30s, these are all R10 anti-slip, okay? They're R10. Or in the UK and in Ireland, they are over 36 on the pendulum, which is crucial for the commercial market, and they are class B, okay? So they've got that anti-slip properties. So they're fine for all commercial jobs, fine for bathrooms and kitchens, and they're fine for exteriors as well because they are porcelain. Obviously, each market has different legislation, so, but technically they are anti-frost, so it's absolutely fine, and they are R10, okay? I hope that answers your question. Have we got any more questions? Does the collection have a nice texture? It certainly does. It's like a powdery, dry finish, and it does really replicate that true encaustic finish. So this is by far the closest collection we've got so far to those real encaustic materials. Obviously, the real encaustic materials, they've got some disadvantage. They are lovely, don't get me wrong, they are lovely, but they have got some disadvantage. The fact that they're all handmade, they are, they're not as strong, they're not as resistant, they're 20 mil thick, so they tend to be thicker, and they tend to be quite expensive as well, and they need sealing, whereas these are porcelain, so that's no problem at all. One more question. The panel sizes, that's a very good, somebody's asking how big these panel sizes are. Well, hopefully, if we can work this out, these are 30 centimeters. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 30 is about 2 meters 70. So I imagine they're about 2 meters 80 by 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. By about 1 meter 50. So that gives you an idea anyway. But it's a good question, and as I say, we just can't wait to get you guys to come over and you can see it with your own eyes. It will be an absolute pleasure. I hope that's been useful. Please contact your area manager or your agents if you want more information. And see you tomorrow, because come back tomorrow, because then we'll be showing the showroom and with some videos of the whole showroom. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.